Adam and I were looking for a place where we can invite people over. And so we found a space that enabled us to do that, but it necessitated us sacrificing our bedroom space and really embracing the tiny living lifestyle. Hey, I'm Evan.
And I'm Adam. This is our home event space.
What brought us here was a hunt for a place where we could really host large groups of people regularly.
We found this apartment that had a garage attached, but it was a studio apartment. So we decided we could fit tiny bedrooms into this space. And if we did that, it would allow us to have a large living room and large kitchen and turn the garage into some form of an event space to host dinners and concerts and all sorts of things. Since we spend most of our time in the living room and in the kitchen, we don't need that much room in our bedrooms. So we made them tiny and designed them with our beds in mind.
Adam built a tiny little standing desk here, which really maximized this space.
Storage for clothing and dresser underneath. We were on a tight budget, so a lot of this is built with found materials. We found the doors on the street, we found the windows on the street, we found the material for the wood veneer over the beds online, and all the labor for all this was done by us. So now we're headed over to my bedroom,
which is almost exactly the same, but slightly different.
Big difference between our bedrooms is the climbing holes on the ceiling. The great thing is whenever you fall, you just land in bed and you can even take a nap.
Yeah, you can end in a nap every time.
This is our living room. We wanted to make this wall kind of unique, and so we tried to do this painting pattern to create sort of like a concrete look. Got the coffee tables here, made of salvage shipping pallets. Over here, we ended up making these bike racks made of ply. And these are stools lined with guitar strings. So in theory, it's beautiful, but in reality, it sounds depressing and sad.
Or just unique, it sounds unique.
Or unique is a positive way to, this is a unique sound.
Obviously, this is a pretty big kitchen for a New York City apartment.
Yeah, the kitchen is bigger than both our bedrooms combined.
Yeah. The kitchen for me is definitely the highlight of the apartment. I'm not a chef. I just love to cook, and I've become really obsessed with it, and also really into collecting kitchen gear and really into cooking for lots of people at a time. And the kitchen really enables me to do all those things. We did quite a bit of renovation on this space as well. It was sort of like a more run-of-the-mill New York City kitchen. So we tore that all up and we found all this butcher block online. And making the kitchen bigger really allowed us to expand the kitchen this way. And we got these two other islands, and it made me a little like caffeine command center, I like to call it. I had Adam build me spice shelves that fit these specific jars. We built out a dish draining rack right over the sink. We built this shelf up here for all the dry stuff. We really like to use the wall to hang the stuff I'm going to use in the kitchen, and I think visually it looks nice, but it's also really functional.
Living and building out this space has been a huge learning experience for both of us, and I think what we've learned is if you design and build around your preferences and around your passions, there's tons of joy that will follow, and I think we'll apply that to any other spaces we live in from here on out. So coming out of the kitchen, we enter the garage.
The garage itself was really the selling point on this place for us, because we were specifically looking for a place where we could make a lot of noise.
The first thing you can see over here to the right is the tool zone. Since the garage has many functions, one is a workspace, we want to be very organized and clean with this. When we have dinners, we host them here at these tables.
Yeah, and we can fit, like, for dining events, about 16 or so at these tables. And then when we have larger events like concerts, we bring the tables outside in the courtyard and just make it all standing room.
So when we're not hosting dinners here, we're hosting concerts and comedy in the stage area. This light fixture back here is made with metal pegboard. I salvaged it and found a way to back it with Christmas lights and create this unique light fixture that is now sort of the focal point for all of our performances.
This apartment is sort of like a laboratory for us, and I think that applies to Adam's construction ideas, his design ideas, that applies to my cooking, but it also applies to the kind of events we get to do, because we're always trying to push the limits and see how much we can expand the purpose of this space. We're always looking to host new things and stretch the boundaries of what can be done in a space like this.